Hey, Shalom. We'll get started here in just a few moments.
Understanding the power that Yahawashi is getting ready to come with.
The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with God. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings in this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same, in hope, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
See, this is what we're hoping for. This is part of our hope. Not only that we're members of the elect with fruits meet for repentance, like John the Baptist said, but from our lower state, because we've been brought low, even though we have this knowledge, we have this truth, remember what it said in Revelation. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. Why are we rich? Because we're rich in faith. We have this knowledge. So our hope is at our last end, we're going to be increased. Okay? And if you ask me, the greatest riches right now is to be delivered by Yahawashi, is to get that new body that the Apostle Paul spoke about in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, to get that, get that new body where we'll never be sick, we'll be immortals, like it said in 1 Corinthians 15, to be delivered from the coming destruction, and to be a part of Yahawashi's cabinet in the next kingdom. Okay? Those are the real riches right now.
Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto YAHAWAH, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Chakadash. That's all praise to the Heavenly Father. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahawah. In his son's name, who the world entered to call Jesus Christ, real name in the Hebrew is Yahawashi. Also give her praises, honor, and glory unto the Yahawah Kakadash, the Holy Spirit, which is the force and entity that makes this edification possible. I want to say shalom to all you sincere-hearted Aki and YAHAWAH, that you brothers and few sincere sisters make your bodies a living sacrifice on a daily basis in this wicked and adulterous generation. I also want to give double honors unto my beloved apostle of the great millstone, who taught me this truth and who ruled well. And I'm the brother Azmawath here from the great millstone Dallas camp. All right, coming back this evening through the spirit and power of Yahawah Shema Shah. All right, to do another lesson. And the Lord's will is to be edifying unto the elect of the nation of Israel and glorifying unto the names of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, and as you see the title, all right, I entitled it "The World Unites Under One Common Interest," and it's this. All right, now repeat: the world unites under one common interest, and it's this. Okay, and what's that common interest? Okay, that the world unites in, because clearly, these people are divided. All right, Scripture speaks about the division that will be here, especially here in the latter days. All right, gender wars, race wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Okay, Egyptian against Egyptian. Okay, that's what Yahawashi came to bring. Okay, Matthew the 10th chapter in the 34th verse. Okay, he says, "Think not that I come to bring peace upon the earth, but a sword." Okay, so clearly there's nothing but division here. There's always been division. Okay, as a matter of fact, let me grab this real quick in the book of John 7. Okay, because ultimately all this division is really centered around Yahawashi. All right, and this is the book of John, chapter 7, and 43. It says, "So there was a division among the people because of him." See, look at the title right here in the blue letter. It says division of people over Yahawashi. See, now Yahawashi, he's not here physically with us, okay, but he is in the spirit, okay, as he's risen us up, okay, from our dead estate, pursuant to that great awakening that was prophesied to occur, which we're a part of. Okay, those of us as of the household of faith. Okay, we were those dry bones that the Lord, caused to be resurrected out of that valley, which is right here in America. And here in these latter days, He's given unto us His breath once again. All right. And, with us, preaching, Yahawah by YAHAWASHI, preaching the volume of the book. Okay. There's division. All right. But with all this division, all right, in the world, which, ultimately, as we just got, stems from YAHAWASHI, these people, they're going to find, a common interest. One common interest, and their common interest is what? Okay, to continue to X out or try to X out YAHAWASHI. Okay, and the way they do that is by Xing out, his followers. Okay, try to uphold the lies, and the seats of the so-called white man. You see, and basically what stemmed this lesson, what started this lesson, I was just doing some meditating today. As a matter of fact, I was really reading the Zondervan Compact, not Compact, it's the Zondervan Illustrated Bible Dictionary. I was reading it today, and I was reading under the reading some information about Herod, and it was going into the Herodians. And Lord willing, some point in this lesson, I'll just kind of read a few lines out of this book. But it just made me think about the atmosphere, the climate that we're in right now. Okay, concerning the backlash, of these people, coming up against this truth. As we stated all the time, going into the likes such as Vocab Malone, all right, and all these other antichrists. Here it is. Okay, they don't have any other common interest. These antichrists, they're all, you got over 42,000 different denominations within, the so-called Christian church. All right. But yet, these people, all these so-called Christians now here in the latter days, all right, and now the Israelites have, woken up, standing out there on the streets, on the highways and byways, as it's commanded us to do. Okay, now these people find, one common interest, that's to try to, bring this truth, take this truth, you see, try to, do away, disannul, mock and scoff, at the men of the Lord, man. You see, and it's nothing new, because it's the same thing that they did to YAHAWASHI, same thing they did to the apostles, John, Paul, Silas. As a matter of fact, we'll probably get that account in Acts the 17th chapter. But let me open up with this real quick here in Matthew the 24th chapter, because last night when we were holding camp, our Tuesday camp, before we were, in 5 minutes, at the camp. As soon as we opened up camp, you had a Jake, seemed to, appear to be a homeless Jake. Just scoffing, man. It's cold as hell outside, the wind blowing, but this, this homeless Jake, man, finds time, out of his, day, to just come up, all right, and just start scoffing. You see, just be disorderly, all right. And then, throughout the duration of the camp, we've had, and the brothers, they're my witness, man. There's probably at least 4 or 5 other, people that drove by the camp that same night, just last night, just rolled down their windows. Mind you, it's chilly outside. They all had their windows down, just blurting, profanities and just mocking and scoffing, man, just talking shit. You see? All right, you had some of Jake, you had Edomites, of course. All right, so that goes to show you that, all right, these people, they ultimately have, one thing on their mind, and that's to X out YAHAWASHI here in this earth. These people are antichrist. This is an antichrist, system that we live in. As a matter of fact, let me grab this here in the book of 1 John, the 2nd chapter. 1 John chapter 2 and verse 18. Says little children. And who's these little children? The elect. It says little children, it is the last time. That's right. This is the last time, man. We know that we're in the end of the end. It says, and as you have heard that anti-Hamashiach shall come, or that antichrist shall come, even now are there many antichrists, whereby we know that is the last time. That's right. So there's many, antichrists, many anti-Hamashiach. And quite frankly, anybody that's not, of the household of faith, you're an antichrist. Which let's grab this word real quick. Antichrist.
Strong's G 500. Antechritos. Antechritos.
All right, it says the adversary. All right, the adversary of the Messiah. See, these people, they're adversaries of, okay, YAHAWASHI. All right, and the proof of that is, okay, what these people are doing here in these latter days, man, coming up against, okay, this truth. You see, and so that leads me here, okay, to the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, because ultimately all this is going to, okay, gear up into the persecution. Okay, as we see World War III. Well, let's just read it real quick. All right, this is Matthew chapter 23. Matthew chapter 23 and verse 3. It says, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. That's right, man. And the main one that's saying that is Esau Edom. Okay. All right. In the form of his pseudoscience. Okay. You got Trump. All right. Saying that he's the chosen one. All right. These are just a few examples, man. All right. There's many, okay, false, there's many deceivers out there that's saying that they have the way. They got the answer. All right, they can provide you some type of salvation. All right, verse 6, it says, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And we've been continually seeing, more escalations, okay, over there in the Middle East. All right, between Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hezbollah, all right, Lebanon, Iran, all right, all these particular other nations, man. All right. We've been continually to see, escalations. All right. But Yahawashi says, but the end is not yet. But nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All of these are the beginning of sorrows. And here's the point we want right here, verse 9. Okay. This is what it's all leading to. All right. And as our apostles say all the time, man, our elders and apostles say all the time, okay, this ministry is about to change. We're about to go into a different phase of the ministry. Okay, this is the phase that we're about to go into. All right, and these people, they well, let me just read it. All right, my mind is kind of going a few places right now, man, because it's a lot to say. All right, just Lord willing, spirit, works with me. Lord willing to be edifying. All right, verse 9, it says, this is what Yahawashi says. He says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. All right. This is okay. This is what we're about to go through. All right. We're about to, be afflicted. Okay. We're about, something certain of us, okay, are going to have to, become martyrs for this thing. All right. And it says, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And as the title of the lesson says, the world unites under one common interest, and it's this. All right, this is the common interest, okay, that everybody is united in. They lay aside all their other divisions and differences, okay. They lay aside all these, hell, even Ronald Reagan, okay, and when he was in office, we play that video all the time. He had spoke about, if there's ever an alien invasion, so-called, well, wouldn't we all just put away our differences and just understand that we're all human beings and we will all join together and fight against this entity? You see, which these upper echelon Edomites, they know who that is. That's, they know that that's Yahawashi and the holy host of angels, man. All right, so that's just a macrocosm of them, an example of them laying aside all their divisions, okay, just to come, okay, with one common interest, and that's to fight against Yahawashi, proving once again that we live in an antichrist system, man, as we got earlier in 1 John 2:18. You see? All right, and we see, man, these Christians, hey, I was just watching Elder Manatazabot's video, one of his latest videos, I believe he just published today, entitled you Christians are cowards. You see, and he had made mention about how these, so-called Christians, man, they're becoming bolder right now. The reason why they're becoming bolder is because, hey, like he said, we, through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, starting with our apostles and their teachers, men on down, we've been teaching, the whole world the scriptures, man. See, whether they want to acknowledge it and admit it or not. We've been teaching everybody the scriptures. All right. So now they think they have some type of, boldness or fortitude to try to combat us. But we're just at a phase now to where, we're not going to cast our pearls into the swine. You see? And now you see who was that? Vocab becoming more desperate. Now this nigga trying to hold camp. You see? All right. So clearly, all right, they're gearing up for something, and it's going to be persecution against us. Let me grab this real quick in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. I was going to get a few examples in the scriptures here after I get this precept. All right, of some examples of the Pharisees, Sadducees, Herodians, laying aside their differences, just to be in opposition against YAHAWASHI and the believers. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, and we'll start right here at verse 67. It says, "Behold, the Most High himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble." He's going to do that through his son, YAHAWASHI. He's going to be the one that's going to deliver us. All right. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you." Let's read that again. All right, because this is reality, man. Don't let the repetition of these precepts as brought out all the time, become dull to your hearing, or your ears are dull to these precepts because they're brought out all the time. There's a reason why the Spirit has these things, constantly spoken about, because this is the reality of the matter, man. This is the season. This is the time that we're in. Esau is tired of this truth, having free course. The Lord's about to allow him, to have the green light, to shut it down, and go ahead and bring on this persecution, man. But it's all good, all right, because we're promised that the standard is going to come for the house of David. And that's what we're looking forward to. And Abaratazah, we're part of the number that's going to be protected by that standard. But it first and foremost starts with, as we just read in the prior verse 67, we got to leave off from our sins and forget our iniquities. Make sure we right. Make sure we on point. See, before, this great wrath, there's a great persecution comes. So let's read this again, verse 68. "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you." All right, and we see it. These people are upset, man. All right, these people are upset. These antichrists, the people, these other people in the world, everybody's upset. These feminists, these moist boys, Jake, all right, you got, your own people, hate us for this truth. As a matter of fact, all right, let's grab this real quick in John 7:7, because it's the spirit of YAHAWASHI that's in us that makes these people hate us. John 7:7, "The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth. See, because I testify of it that the works thereof are evil." See, so we are not these people's friends, and vice versa. All right, why? Because the spirit that's in us, let's grab that. 1 John the 4th chapter. The spirit that's in us is different than the spirit that's in the world, man. All right, and these people, they know it. A lot of them, we live with. A lot of them may be family members, and the Lord just kind of had a cool, docile spirit on them for a little bit. But everybody's about to show their true colors, man. And they're all about to lay aside their differences, lay aside their different divisions that they got, and they're going to unite and come under one common ground. And that common ground is to, try to destroy us, man. But it's all good because they did the same thing to YAHAWASHI. You see, 1 John chapter 4, and Salakia, let me get some water real quick. This is 1 John chapter 4 and verse 4 in the NLT. And it reads, "But you belong to the Most High, my dear children. You have already won a victory over those people." Woo! See that? So we've already won. See, if we're part of that number, the victory is already written. All right. So as we're reading, we're about to go back to 2 Ezra 16. As we see this great multitude, this great burning multitude, okay, coming down with wrath upon us. Okay. Well, Scripture says we've already won. So it says you have already won a victory over those people, because the spirit who lives in you is greater than the spirit who lives in the world. That's right, man. So let's go back here to 2 Ezra 16. And whatever the brothers got, I'm gonna grab it out the comment board as well. And Shalom to Akim. Okay, tuning in. YAHAWASHI Shabbat. Brother Saints of Jersey too. Shalom. Huh? Yeah, we're gonna definitely grab that. What the brother got? Water. So let's get this again. 2 Ezra 16:68. "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols." Yeah, going into these F camps, man. You see, some of us gonna be, find ourselves in the F camps. If you catch a drift, it's gonna be hell. All right. Acts 14:22. All right, confirming to the souls of the disciples that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right. When you read through the book of Acts, it was not a cakewalk, okay, for Paul and Silas and all the other apostles, Peter, all right, James, and all the apostles, man. It wasn't a cakewalk for them, okay, to push the word. They were constantly catching opposition, constantly catching hell, okay, against the gainsayers and detractors, okay, of their own people, and of course, okay, those Edomites, man, and all the other nations. So let's grab this. Let's continue to read. Verse 69, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision." And so if you try to trim your ways to seek love, all right, you're going to be trodden down. All right, you're going to be had in derision. You try to give the fucking devil a hug, man, you're going to be had in derision. So it says, "And they that consent unto them," and the Lord is separating the men from the boys right now. All right, he's going to continue to separate. Remember, what does Amos the 9th chapter say? All right, he said he's going to sift the house of Israel from amongst all nations. Let's get that real quick. All right, this word is a sifter, but also this tribulation, this persecution that's coming upon those that carry this banner is about to come. All right, and everybody's been playing games with this truth. All right, just thinking that it's a fad. You're about to be sought out, man. Okay, and the Lord's going to search you out. Okay, he's searching you out right now through his men, through those candles. Okay, but he's also going to search you out and make you known, all right, that you're a fake, that you're a phony, that you're that you're false through these tribulations that's coming, through this persecution. All right, because it's about to be bad. All right, and we got to make sure we truly believe, and stand 10 toes down on every doctrine, on this doctrine that we've been taught, man. From our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. If there's anything we don't, really understand, okay, we'll just pray about it, fast about it. If you're truly serious, you'll fast about it, man. Ask the Lord to, help you to understand. I promise you he'll do it. You see, if you're part of the elect, he'll make sure because that's going to be our wisdom and knowledge. You see, that's going to be the stability of our times, man, understanding this doctrine and walking therein. So why would the Lord not reveal that into you? But people that's playing games with this doctrine, acting like they're a part of it. Okay, well, you'll be sifted out. So let's go ahead and read it. Amos 9:9. "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth." So he's going to make sure all of the elect is gathered. All right, the elect ain't going to be left behind. Okay, all the the chaff is going to be left here to be burned up. So let's go back here to 2 Ezra 16 and verse 69. "And they that consent to them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord YAHAWAH by YAHAWASHI." Man, you see? All right. So these people, they're going to put aside their differences. Okay. All right. The different denominational differences. Okay. Religious differences. They're going to put away all those differences just to come up against, okay, the followers of YAHAWASHI. These people want to continue to try to keep, okay, YAHAWASHI crucified here, X'd out here, man. All right. This brings me here to the book of John. All right, the 12th chapter. I'm gonna get a few precepts that brothers putting up. Let's see here. I'm gonna get these here in a second. I'm gonna grab this real quick. In John the 12th chapter. All right. Now, when you read the previous chapter, John 11, it's going into when YAHAWASHI, okay, rose Lazarus from the grave after 4 days. See, and you had a lot of Israelites, you had a lot of Jews, okay, start to believe on YAHAWASHI through that, miraculous act of him raising up Lazarus. See, and so lo and behold, what did you have? You had the Pharisees, okay, the Sadducees, the scribes, okay, all those, different sects, okay, all those different, camps, because those were camps, man. All right, you had all those different camps. They put aside their differences for one common interest, and that's to try to, okay, plot to kill YAHAWASHI and Lazarus. Now let's check this out real quick. This is John chapter 12 and verse 9. All right, it says much people of the Jews therefore knew that he was there, talking about YAHAWASHI, because in the previous chapter, YAHAWASHI, he had fled. He had got away from him because they consulted to try to kill him. So YAHAWASHI, he retreated. So it says much people of the Jews therefore knew that he was there, and they came not for YAHAWASHI's sake only, all right, but that they might see Lazarus also, whom he have raised from the dead. But the chief priests consulted that they might put Lazarus also to death, because that by reason of him, many of the Jews went away and believed on YAHAWASHI. See, and do we not see the same, sentiment and spirit here in these times? Okay, we represent Lazarus. Okay, we were once in that dead state. Okay, but now, okay, this great awakening has happened. Okay, the Lord rose us up from our graves, put the breath of life back inside of us. Okay, so this world, they only have one common interest, and that's to put us to death, just as these chief priests, okay, consulted, not that they should just only put YAHAWASHI to death, but also, okay, the man that he rose up from the grave, man. You see, because really the remnant, the elect here in these latter days, is like the last little trace. It's like the last little inkling that YAHAWASHI left behind. That's proof that he's alive. You see, that's why they want us out of this earth, man. That's why the elites are freaking out. They gotta tell vocab, okay, go out there, whole camp now. Okay, go approach all the camps. Try to trap them up in their words so we can, try to get some dirt on them and classify them, put them in a category, say that they're domestic terrorists and child rapists. Because they understand, man. All right, that YAHAWASHI is alive and well. Okay, Psalms the 2nd chapter, because ultimately these elites, they're trying to free themselves from the slavery of the Most High. And lo and behold, you got, okay, Lazarus, okay, spiritually speaking to us, okay, reminding you, okay, that you're about to go in slavery. See, because that's what they're trying to free themselves from right now. Psalms the 2nd chapter. All right, let's get it real quick. Psalms chapter 2. Lord's willing, this is edifying. Like I said, it's just, some thoughts I had come across, as just looking at everything going on here lately. These antichrists, man, they're becoming bolder and bolder, starting to approach camps more aggressively. They're really the aggressive ones, man. That's why we, like our apostle said, man, just call the cops on them. We ain't got time, shit, our apostles and elders and bishops and us brothers, man, been dealing with, okay, you antichrist for years, man. And y'all always been confounded and dumbfounded. Never had the answer, but now, okay, you feel like you got a little bit, more, you too big for your britches, man. You see? All right, you're too big for your britches, as old folk would say. Psalms 2:1 NLT. Why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans? The kings of the earth prepare for battle. The rulers plot together against the Lord and against his anointed one. See? All right, against YAHAWASHI. That's he's the anointed one, okay, of the Most High. So we live in an anti-Hamashiach world, man. If you're not a part of this truth, if you're not in this truth, okay, if you're not the elected nation of Israel, you are an antichrist, man. Point blank, period. It don't matter what your belief system is. You are an adversary against the anointed one. Verse 3, this is what they say. Let us break their chains, they cry, and free ourselves from slavery to the Most High. This is why. Okay? Because, all these nations know that they're about to go on slavery. This is the throne of David that's being set up, man. All right, and it's getting a lot of backlash. It's getting a lot of opposition, but it's good. The Lord wants it like this. He's a man of war. All right, and anybody that's try to fight up against us, okay, what does Scripture say? Zechariah 12:2. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, and when they shall be in the siege, both against Judah and against Jerusalem, and in that day I will make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. That's right, man. Okay, and the body of the believers, okay, we're a burdensome stone unto you people. You see, us bringing out these prophecies. Okay, that's why when you read a lot of the beginning of chapters, like Isaiah the 13th chapter, and particular other chapters, it'll say something along the lines of the burden of the word of the Lord. See, and we're carrying that burden of the word of the Lord, okay, and dropping it on you people, man. See, it says in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. See, man, that's a spirit. I forgot it said that in the second half of it. It says, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. See, so going back to the title of the lesson, the world unites under one common interest, and is this to be gathered against, okay, the house of David, man. You see, but the Lord said they're going to be cut in pieces, man. All right, and all you heathens, you no matter what you try to do, no matter how much you try to, okay, drool at the mouth, foam at the mouth, kick and scream, and okay, come up to the camps, harass the camps, try to smear us, you're still going to be cut in pieces, and you're still going to be put in slavery, man. All right. And all you wicked jakes that's clasping the hands and try to give hugs to the damn devil, okay, the Lord going to deal with you too. You see? So let's go here real quick. As a matter of fact, I want to grab this because I had made mention of it earlier. Like I said, I was reading through this book earlier today. The Zondervan Illustrated Bible Dictionary. It's not the Compact Bible Dictionary. This one, I was reading under the section for Herod, just trying to get a little more information on him. But as I was reading about Herod, it was speaking about the Herodians. Now, this is on page 601. I'm gonna start down here, and it says, this is speaking about Herod. It says he built up a nobility of service, drawing on both Jews and Greeks. He sought subtly to channel messianic ambitions. Check this out. It says he sought subtly to channel, meaning to divert, messianic ambitions. See, so Herod was very against the Messiah. Of course, we can read that in scriptures, Matthew the 2nd chapter, how he sought out, to slay, okay, all the male sons, okay, in Judea 2 years and younger. You see, that's what caused YAHAWASHI, his family, to flee into Egypt. You see, and that once again, that same spirit is here back in these times. And as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that scripture because the brother Thamyad put it up, Revelation 12:17. It says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman. Who's that dragon? Okay, the Roman Empire. And in these times today, it's revised, okay, through America, okay, and Europe. You see, and that same system is at work. with the same nationality of people ruling it, the Edomites, man. All right, the Idumeans. Revelation 12 and 17, and the dragon, Esau, was wroth with the woman. Who's a woman? Israel. And went to make war with the remnant, okay, the elect of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahawashi HaMashiach. You see, just like as we made reference about Lazarus, okay, he had a testimony. I was dead, but now I'm alive. So they wanted to put him to death too. And we have that same testimony, man. We were once dead. We were, once calling ourselves black, okay, Hispanics, okay, niggas, wetbacks, whatever, man. Christians, Seventh-day Adventists, Baptists, okay, but the Lord resurrected us, man. Got us out of all that bullshit, got us out of the darkness. Now they're plotting to kill us. You see? So the whole world, as we got in Zechariah 12 and 3, okay, everybody is gathered together against Jerusalem, man. Okay, the elect. So that was a perfect precept to water out. So let me go back here to this book, page 601. It says, he sought, and this is speaking about Herod, he sought subtly to channel messianic ambitions of the baser sort in his direction by encouraging, check this out, by encouraging the political party of the Herodians, whose policy seems to have been the support of the royal house and a Hellenized society. That's right, because these Herodians, during the time of the rewinding, during the time of the Maccabean revolt, okay, these were a sect of Israelites who didn't stay true to the standard. You see, they were down with Hellenization. See, they had their legs wide open spiritually, man. You see, they weren't faithful. But now, as Herod, got up on the throne. Okay, he started to give these Herodians, also known as Antiochans, particular perks and benefits, having political power. You see, and we read about them here in the book of Mark, the 3rd chapter, a few verses throughout the Gospels, but we'll get this in Mark the 3rd chapter real quick. Mark chapter 3. Let's see. We might as well start at verse 1 because it sets the context. Okay, and as you see, it says Yahawashi heals on the Sabbath. It says, and he entered again into the synagogue, and there was a man there which had a withered hand, and they watched him. See, and they watched him, and they're watching us. All eyes are on us right now. And this is, especially for the brothers that's blessed to have this privilege to be on the front lines to teach. Okay, as we enter into other men's labors, it's our responsibility to make sure that we don't, have the ministry blamed, giving no offense in anything, because we're being watched, man. They're watching us. They trying to trap us up in the things that we say. Even just saying, okay, the white man. Okay, this is why we got to be careful just throwing that phrase out there, white man. See, because Esau will run with that. Okay, and say, oh, see, they hate white people. See, it's not about skin color, which, if you want to be technical, nobody is technically white. Okay, this is why we say the so-called white man, so-called black, so-called Hispanics, so-called. And the reason why we got to say all this, okay, is because you damn devils, okay, and you're deceit. All right, and we know that we got Israelites. There's Israelites that can pass for so-called white men and women. You see, so they just they want to try to use any and everything they can to frame us, man, to turn it against us, to blame us. All right, just like they did Yahawashi. It says, and they watched him whether he would heal him on the Sabbath day, that they might accuse him. Verse 3, and he said unto the man which had the withered hand, stand forth. And he said unto them, is it lawful? And see, Yahawashi was always applying wisdom. Okay, wisdom to cut. Okay, these wicked scribes and Pharisees and Sadducees and Herodians, man. See, Yahawashi, he was quick-witted. He used that wisdom, and the Lord bless us with wisdom, man. All right, to do the same thing. So it says, and he said unto them, is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath days or to do evil, to save life or to kill? But they held their peace. Yeah, they can't say shit about that, you know, because they know they're not, oh, he's supposed to do evil on Sabbath, you know? So Yahawashi hit, man, he just used that simple, you know, simplicity of wisdom, man. You know, that's all it takes, you know. Verse 5, it says, and when he had looked around about on them with anger, so he was pissed off, man. All right, here you got this man needing, okay, healing, you see, but because of their man-made traditions and ideologies, okay, they didn't want this man to be healed. See why? Because they're that against Yahawashi. You see, they're that so much against Yahawashi, just like they are today with us, man. They don't care about all the good that's happening amongst, okay, the elect. Okay, we stopped committing adultery, we stopped smoking weed, okay, stop being niggas, we paying taxes, you know, okay, we were, man, hey, brothers, man, are some of the most, you know, upright, noble, okay, quote unquote, you know, Babylonian citizens that you ever see. You know, we abide by the laws, we make sure we, you know, stay on top of shit, okay, just like Yahawashi told us to, man. Render unto Caesar what's Caesar's, man. You know, be subject to the powers that's underneath you to a certain extent until they start trying to have you to go off, you know. But outside of that, yeah, you know, do the right thing, man. All right. So it says, but these people, they want to paint us out to be, okay, T-Rich is complete, you know, rebels, you see, and that's what the Sakari were known for in the ancient world, man. All right. But let me go back here at verse 5. It says, and when he had looked around about on them with anger, being grieved for the hardness of their hearts, he said unto the man, stretch forth thy hand. And he stretched it out, and his hand was restored whole as the other. And the Pharisees went forth and straightway took counsel with the Herodians against him. And this is the point we want right here. Check this out. The Pharisees, all right, and the Herodians, it says how they might destroy him. So here you have one example out of many we could go through in the scriptures. All right, book of Acts. You got a whole bunch of examples you go through. How you got, okay, here you got the Pharisees and Herodians. All right, two different camps with two different, okay, ideologies and doctrines, which under normal circumstances, they would never get along. They'll never hang out with each other. All right. But now they're laying aside their differences and they're being united for one common interest. And that's what? To destroy Yahawashi. See? And in these times, it applies unto us, man. These people that all these 42,000 different denominations in these Christian churches, man. It don't matter if you're vocab. Okay, I believe he's a Calvinist. Okay, you know, he's you know, leaguing up with Protestant, different Protestants, you know, Baptists, Methodists, 70 Adventists. Under normal circumstances, those niggas would never talk to each other. All right, but they all have one common agenda. Okay, and that's to try to defame, okay, the Hebrew Israelites, man. See, but it's all good. Yahawashi had to go through it. The apostles had to go through it, and we got to go through it. All right. And we already got Zechariah 12th chapter, man. And Yahawashi says, anybody that burdens themselves with this stone, they're going to be cut. And these people are cut. But let me go back to this book real quick to page 601. It says, this is speaking about Herod again. He sought subtly to channel messianic ambitions of the baser sort in his direction by encouraging the political party of the Herodians. And we just got an example, Mark the 3rd chapter and the 6th verse. It says, whose policy seems to have been the support of the royal house and a Hellenized society. And we know about, you know, Hellenization. Okay, Jake getting caught up in those Greekish fashions. See, stop circumcising themselves, stop observing the Sabbath, stop calling themselves Israelites. All right, and got totally, you know, brainwashed, okay, by the damn devil, man. That's the mindset that they want us to be in. See, and this doctrine goes against this modern day Hellenism, okay, which really today is ultimately the image of the beast. As everybody else, they're worshiping the image of the beast. These people, they're completely Americanized, man. You see, but this doctrine is a direct attack against Esau Edom's, okay, beast system. This is why it's such a problem. It says politically, Politically, this royalist group was descended, talking about the Herodians, this royalist group was descended from the old Hellenizing apostates of the Maccabean time. See? So these were, you know, these individuals, these Herodians, they were not faithful men during the time of the Maccabean revolt. You know, they were apostates, man. It says, but on the flip side, okay, the Pharisees, you know, they were, you know, all for the law. They were all for, okay, keeping the traditions and standards, okay, of our customs. But now, as we just read in Mark the 3rd chapter, you got apostate Israelites, you got apostate Jews, okay, clasping hands with, legalistic, hardcore, keeping the law, keeping the custom Jews, man. You see, but they set aside those differences. Once again, under normal circumstances, they would hate each other. Okay, the Herodians and the Pharisees, under normal circumstances, they would hate each other, but they had that one common interest that united them, you see, to try to destroy YAHAWASHI. But let me continue to read. It says, politically, this royalist group was descended from the old Hellenizing apostates of Maccabean times. It says, it gives you some references. It says, see Maccabee and cross-reference the Antiochans. That was another name for Herodians, were Antiochans. 2 Maccabees chapter 9, verses 9 through 14. It says they were probably Jews of the dispersion from whom Herod also recruited his subservient priesthood, and were Sadducees in religion, because at that time you pretty much had puppet priests, man. You had who was that, John Hyrcanus, pretty much taught those Edomites our ways and customs, and Esau took over. But I'm gonna skip down here. It says it was only the common challenge. Let's see. No, let me start up a little bit. Salakia. It says such varied patronage and support produced checks and balances in the composite society of Herod's kingdom that made for stability of rule, because he was sucking up to the to the Judeans at the time, because prior to that, they were ruling with the iron fist, but they started to give Jake particular, prominent positions. As you read John the 11th chapter, you had Caiaphas, he had said, lest the Jews, lest the Romans take away our seat and authority. Herod did all that for a reason, to pretty much uphold, order and peace and stability in his kingdom. It's not that he cared about, YAHAWASHI or us Israelites. See, but just like you had the wicked sellouts back then, you got those wicked sellouts right now. All right, trying to get a damn devil a hug. It says, but of course, he did nothing to reconcile the divided elements of the populace, metropolitan and Hellenistic Jews, Sadducees and Pharisees, people in hierarchy. And here's the point right here. It says it was only the common challenge of Hamashiach that could draw together such dissidents as Sadducees and Pharisees, the Romans and the priests, just as it healed, according to a surprising side remark of Luke 23, a rift between Herod Antipas and Pilate. Now let's grab that account real quick. You see, so even they're showing you right here in this textbook that that all these particular groups, the Pharisees, Sadducees, Essenes, Sanhedrin, Herodians, Pilate, Herod, under normal circumstances, they hated each other. They hated everybody's guts. But they came with one common challenge, one common interest to try to destroy YAHAWASHI and his followers, man. So let me get this the scriptural reference that they gave. It's a pretty good one. Luke 23 and 12. Let's start at verse 8. As the title reads, YAHAWASHI's before Herod, before they condemned him to death. Says, and when Herod saw YAHAWASHI, he was exceeding glad, for he was desirous to see him of a long season, because he had heard many things of him, and he hoped to have seen some miracle done by him. Then he questioned with him in many words, but he answered him nothing. See? says, and the chief priests and scribes stood and vehemently accused him. And Herod with his men of war set him at naught and mocked him and arrayed him in a gorgeous robe and sent him again to Pilate. Now check this out. Verse 12. And the same day, Pilate and Herod were made friends together, for before they were at enmity between themselves. Let's get that in NLT real quick. See? So these people, okay, they're only friends whenever it concerns, okay, whenever it concerns to try to destroy, okay, this ministry, man. All right, Luke 23:12 NLT. Herod and Pilate who had been enemies before, became friends that day. See? And once again, we see the same thing happen in these times, man. All these damn so-called Christians and, you know, Muslims, you know, you got the Nation of Islam. Okay, who is that? Who else? Sod Netter. Okay, all on the normal circumstances, all these people, they would never talk to. Oh, I remember. Yeah, you had vocab. You had vocab and Sod Netter. They were speaking together at the table, man, outside in the park, like they were best friends. And what were they talking about? They were talking about, okay, this movement, this Hebrew Israelite movement, man, this great awakening. You see, you can't make it up, man. What the hell does Hocab Malone have to do talking to a damn fake ass Egyptologist, some nigga, you know? Which under normal circumstances, they saw each other, okay, at Costco, at Tom Thumb. They would, you know, they wouldn't look at each other's directions, man. You know, I just find it, you know, it's not funny, man, but it's just asinine in these people, man. It goes to show you how much these people hate our guts. You see, ultimately they hate YAHAWASHI. All right, as we got earlier in John 7:7, YAHAWASHI says, "For the world cannot hate you, but me it hateth." So we really see how much these people really hate Yahawah Bashim Yahushua, okay, and those that follow him. Let's grab one last one before we get some precepts off the comment board. Oh yeah, the brother said, yeah, don't forget those old bottles from One West with Sonetta. Oh man, damn, I didn't know about that. Wow. See, you can't make it up, man. I mean, it's just so many examples to go through, you know. There's so many examples to go through, man. These people truly hate our guts. They hate this because it goes against, okay, this beast system. And these people, they're enchanted. These people, they're under a spell, you see. And we're casting this place down, man, through simply preaching the word. You know, just like, you know, somebody's in a deep sleep, okay, and you go inside the bedroom, you turn on the brightest lights, you turn on all the lights. You see, they're gonna hate you for that. You know, they sleeping good, you know. But that's these people, man, because the word of the light is out. Let's get that, John, or the light of the word is out. Let's get that in John the 3rd chapter real quick. John 3 and 19, and this is the condemnation. See, so you people, y'all being condemned, okay, through this word. It says that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light. Right, and that's only going to be the elect. See, the elect, they saw this light, all right, and they came to it. See, because their spirit is right, man. Says that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High. So let's go here to John 17. We're about to wrap it up. John chapter 17 and verse 13. And this is YAHAWASHI's prayer to the Most High on the behalf of his elect. All right, verse 13 in the NLT, he says, "Now I am coming to you. I told them many things while I was with them in the world, so they could be filled with my joy." All right, this is what gives us true joy, man. Is what, okay, YAHAWASHI left us with, and that's the Holy Spirit and his doctrine, man. See, he says, "I have given them your word, and the world hates them because they do not belong to the world, just as I do not belong to the world. See? That's why, man. That's why these people are united, okay, with one common interest. Because we don't belong to this place, man. I'm gonna get one more. 1 John 3:13. Marvel not, my brethren, meaning don't be surprised if the world hate you. They're supposed to. Okay. What is that? Sirach, the 33rd chapter. Okay, for look at all the works of the Most High, for they are 2 against 2. Okay, he set light against darkness. Okay, good against evil. All right. There's another one in Proverbs 2. Speaks about how the godly is an abomination. Let's see. That may be I want to find that. Maybe if one of you brothers can find it. Let me try to find it here. That'd be a good precept to bring out right now. If I could find it. If I can't find it, it's all good. Yeah, there was one in Proverbs kind of goes into that, how the godly is an abomination, okay, to the ungodly and vice versa. That's going to bother me now. All right, but yeah, let's go ahead and get this real quick. The brother put up Isaiah, the brother sent to Jersey 2, put up Isaiah 66:5. It says, hear the word of the Lord, ye that tremble at his word. Right, and who trembles at the Lord's word? The elect. See? Okay, these other camps, man, they don't tremble at the word of the Lord. Right, and the proof of that is, the way they move. Okay, and the shit that comes out their mouth. You got so-called prominent Israelite leaders talking about they Hoover Crip, man. You're not trembling at the word of the Most High. You're not trembling at the word of the Most High if you saying his name is Your Plate Yoga. It don't matter what you call him. God don't care if you take a microchip. You see, he always say it fast like that. He be tripping me out. A microchip. Like, bro, you don't fear the Lord, man. You see, it says, hear the word of the Lord, ye that tremble at his word. And that's only the elect that tremble at his word, man. Your brethren that hated you, see, and who's our brethren according to the flesh? Okay, these other Jakes, man. See, and they hate us too. It's not just these Edomites and these other nations. Okay, a lot of them is our own people, man. You see, when you read Acts the 17th chapter, there's a great insurrection against, Paul, Silas, and the house of Jason. Because Jason was, he safeguarded, Paul and Silas, from the insurrection. Those wicked Jews. Okay, all right, those other wicked Israelites away from, Paul and Silas and himself and the other believers, because they were trying to come up against them just for simply preaching YAHAWASHI, man. You see, and they went to go snitch unto Caesar and say, hey, these men, they seek another king. Okay, let's get that real quick, man. Man, it's the same spirit we see right now. Bro, everything is playing out all over again. That's why apostles say, man, we're in Acts 2.0. Like, you can't make it up. Like, this is, man, it's so surreal. That's the best word I can find for it right now. It's surreal, So this also lets us know that salvation is around the corner. But this is the book of Acts 17. I'm just going to get straight to the point. This whole chapter, is pretty good to bring out, but I'm just going to get straight to the point. This is what these other Jakes, okay, was saying, okay, against, Paul and Silas and Jason as they were, snitching, to Caesar. Verse 6 in the NOT, it says, let's start at verse 5. But some of the Jews were jealous. So they gathered some troublemakers from the marketplace to form a mob and start a riot. They attacked the home of Jason, searching for Paul and Silas so they could drag them out to the crowd. All right, that great insurrection, man. As we read earlier in 2 Corinthians 16, that's going to come for us too. This is not say that, you know, some of us going to be cast out of our homes. They're going to spoil our homes. It happened to Paul and Silas and Jason. You know, what makes us think we're going to be exempt, man? But we see how these men kept their faith. And the Lord always provided a standard for these men. Verse 6 says, not finding them there, they dragged out Jason and some of the other believers instead. And so that should also be a message for some, you know, for you, you know, Akim and Akwaf that be tuning in. Y'all may not be, okay, preachers, okay, well, of course you sisters not, but, you know, some of you other brothers, you know, y'all may not be on the front lines, you know, preaching, you know, like Paul and Silas was, but you just simply believe, or just understand and know that you just being a believer in this thing and you're attached unto the men of the Lord, okay, well, there's going to be persecution against you too, just as it happened to Jason and his household, you know? So it says, not finding them there, they dragged out Jason and some of the other believers instead and took them before the city council. Mind you, this is Jake. These are other Jews that's doing this. See? So these are our brothers according to the flesh, but not the spirit, man. See? And the spirit always outweighs the flesh. See? So to hell with these guys saying brotherhood over breakdown, man. It says, verse 6, not finding them there, they dragged out Jason and some of the other believers instead and took them before the city council. Paul and Silas have caused trouble all over the world. Ooh, man, hey, does that not sound like what these people are saying now? Vocab going over there to UK earlier this year, you know, this summer. Yeah, went. Can you believe this cult has reached all the way over here to the United Kingdom? You know, saying that we cause trouble all over the world. And when you read in KJV, it says that these men have turned the world upside down. You see, and that's the truth. This new song, the vibration of this new song has put out a totally different, okay, spirit in the earth, man. See? It's got everybody shaken up. And this is the power of YAHAWASHI. He's calling the shots all the way from another dimension, man. You see, in a whole different realm. He's doing all this on the earth, man, working upon the minds of his men to do these things and working upon the minds of all these other people, man. See, he's calling the shots all the way up there. This the power of YAHAWASHI that's on display, man. See, if he could do that, well, we know he's going to lift up that standard for us too. So it says, Paul and Silas have caused trouble all over the world. They shouted, and now they are disturbing our city too. All right. Remember 2 Ezra 16. And for every place in every city, there's going to be great insurrection. You know, you got Israelite camps all throughout Babylon the Great and all these different cities, man. Dallas, Houston, El Paso, okay, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Bay Area, New York, of course. That's Jerusalem right there. All right. You know, San Diego, we said San Diego, I think. Man, all over, you know, you catch the drift, man. So every place, every city, there's going to be great insurrection upon the men of the Lord. You know, verse 7, it says, and Jason has welcomed them into his home. They are all guilty of treason against Caesar. This is what these wicked niggas was saying, man. All right. This is them giving a hug to Caesar right now, man. Let's call it like it is. Let's call it spade a spade. All right. It says, and Jason has welcomed them into his home. They are all guilty of treason against Caesar, for they profess allegiance to another king named YAHAWASHI. See, that's the problem. This is the problem right here. They want us to continue to call upon Jesus. When you call on Jesus, you're by default still worshiping the so-called white man. See, the God of this world, okay, gave you Jesus, gave you Ios Christos, gave you Jesus, all right, Yeshua, all these other false gods, man. See? But once you start to call upon, okay, YAHAWASHI, they're like, hold up. All right. Nah, this is going against our system right here. This is going against the beast system. See, this is treason. All right. So once again, as the title of the lesson says, the world unites under one common interest, and it's this. All right. So these people, they're going to put away their common, they're going to put away all their differences. Okay. Their different ideologies and denominations and doctrines just to come up against the men of the Lord, man. All right. So, but that's pretty much the point. So yeah, hey, the water Akim, you know, for these precepts as always, you know, Abaratazat, you know, this was edifying and comforting unto the elect. All right, until next time, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Hakwadash. I want to give double honor to my beloved apostle, Elder Great Millstone, Muwafla Babal, Shalom.